Okay, here's more getting to know you. Part 2. Reading. Let me tell you guys how important reading is. Okay, the funny thing is I feel like I just started reading when I was 25. Okay, my ex-husband made the statement to me, "You're not well read." To which, you know what I did? I got mad inside, and then I went to the library and started reading a book a week. Okay, that's just my personality. If you tell me something, I go, okay, fine, I'll be well read then. And it always ends up benefiting me, right? But I always let that person push me, whoever they are, when they say something. Now, I would not tell you to go tell your spouse they're not well read, but it set off a reading journey for me, and I'm grateful for it. Okay, however, when I made that statement to my dad, he said, "Oh yeah, Chicken Soup for the Soul's books wasn't reading," because that's all I used to read. I used to read stories of inspiration, stories of hope all the time. You know, whether it was Mormon stories or whether it was Chicken Soup for the Soul, no matter what kind of soul. Boxcar Children, then I read the Valley Girls, and I read the Babysitter's Club. So I'd read what I wanted to read. So that's why I said I didn't really start reading until I was 25. And then I started reading a book a week. And my life changed after that point because all the information I was taking in. And all of a sudden I started seeing things from other people's perspectives, seeing what was out there. You know, because you grow up in a bubble, whether you know it or not, you kind of grow up in a bubble, and it's a bubble because that's all you know. So that's why reading opens up worlds to people. So we've gone over that. I've had 5 kids. I was married for 18 years to the same man. We got a divorce, and I had all 5 kids with him. We got a divorce because of his mental health, you know, after strike 2 of going into a psychosis, which we knew he could avoid with medication, and him going off his medication. I had to say, we need a divorce because I had 5 kids still with him, right? And I needed to be a mother to my kids. So we got a divorce. I recently got remarried again this last April. It'll be a year in April. But we've been together for 5 years. So it's just kind of time. Like, we realized that it's time, right? And so now I'm navigating this new relationship, and it's great and it's fun. And it's got all of its, you know, differences and samenesses, and but a new life partner. So, and now I'm writing a book, lots of books, and I'm in sales right now. I started working for my dad a few years ago. He has since retired, sold his company, but I'm still working for that same company. And I love it. It's flexible enough, but it's also hard work. So I cram it, and then I have a little bit of flexibility. And it gives me inspiration so at the end of the day to be creative and to write my book. So this is a new chapter in my life. And I can't even stress how many chapters I've been to, how many times I have moved, how many times my world has been upturned when I thought it was all starting to come together. So you know what I did? I've decided, you know what? I'll have a plan. I'll have an idea of what I want and set the path forward. But I always realize that, you know what? Whether I go right or left, I may be redirected at any time. I just need to make that faithful step in one direction or the other and hope for the best, but then realize that if it's not, be like, oh, re-circumvented this way, or that's not the way I thought it was going to go. But I never stop, meaning I can stop to assess, but I never just give up on something completely. So what you'll notice happen is your dreams start to segue. They evolve over time. They change as you start to access those parts of you, or those opportunities open up. Sometimes you realize it's not what you want to do at all. And other times you realize, wow, this is exactly what, now I want it to add this to it or add this to that. So life is an adventure. And you know what? It's your adventure. You get to choose what you want to do. And that's what I'm here for. I'm sharing my adventure with you to give you hope and inspiration to go on your own adventure. Because we may not be Christopher Columbus, but you know what? We're still adventurers in our own life. We don't know what we're doing. We can ask other people what they're doing. Advice. People who have gone before us. But you know what? We still have to take those steps. Or we need to choose not to take those steps. But every choice is yours and yours alone. And you've got to realize